Good evening, everyone. I'm the Godfather Soldier Smooth Swimming. The name of my topic tonight is called Chaos, called Miserable and Mayhem in Milwalkee. Another terrible show tonight on Smackdown, Friday Night Smackdown on the USA. I mean, Crown Jewel. I mean, looks to me Survivor Series War Games going to be a terrible show in just 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks from tomorrow. Just like 3 weeks from tomorrow on paper on WWE Network Peacock. That's my topic tonight. So much I have to say. And before I start open the show open the show a little bit of music. Open the show with this #1 hit single from 2004 called Yeah by Usher featuring Lil Jon and Ludacris. So stick around, right back, get the music set up. Hold on a second. Okay, welcome back. Okay, I'm back. I heard that little song earlier. Usher song, yeah, featuring Lil Jon, Lil Chris. Let's get down to business tonight. Um, okay, it's Friday, and we got a shot outside from outside. We get we open with a shot outside with screen's acting up. So his computer's driving me crazy. Hold on a second, I'll fix something. Okay, we open with a shot outside from the Fire Serve Forum as Michael Cole hypes up the title matches for tonight's show, with shots of champions Nia Jax and Machine Guns alongside their respective challengers Naomi and the Street Profits. We then go to ringside where we're reminded that wrestling has more than one royal family, soon the arrival of the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. The champ heads to the ring to a big reaction from the Milwalkee crowd as we get back at the fight between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton from last week. Culminating in a pile driver that had Randy Orton stretchered out into an ambulance. Back in the ring, Cody has a microphone to call out Kevin Owens after he crossed the line last week. The lack of response has Cody flustered as he calls out Kevin Owens again, but out comes Nick Aldis instead. The GM of SmackDown understands the anger, talking about the damage Orton took last week after being away for so many months. Aldis also acknowledges the hazard involved in the use of Power Driver last week, saying it was banned to keep our generation from being stuck in the wheelchairs 20 years down the line. This all leads to Aldis telling the champ that the line Owens crossed means that he cannot be allowed to be here. But Cody tells the GM to let him handle this, calling Owens indignant, among other things. Aldis says this is not about money. This is about the roster, knowing that Nick knows that if you give him an inch, they'll make you a mile. You can't let the inmates run the asylum, so the situation with Owens must be resolved internationally. Cody can't stand the phrasing here, saying he understands where Aldis is coming from, that he is still a wrestler, so put himself in Cody's shoes. Imagine being the one to tell Orton's family he's being the one blamed for what happened. He then talks about Orton giving respect at WrestleMania 40, how much it means to him to get this situation resolved. If he can't get this handled in WWE ring, what do you expect him to do? He knows Nick Aldis doesn't want Cody handling things outside of the ring, but the ball is in the GM's court, and Cody won't be waiting very long with that. Cody drops the mic before heading up the ramp, staring down at GM still in the ring. Backstage, Jimmy Uso is on the phone with Roman Reigns as he checks in with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. He says the four of them are going to talk strategy for War Games, but Jimmy points out they still need a fifth member for the match. Sami has an idea to reach out to, walking away as the Usos confer to who it could be. Back at ringside, Bayley makes her way to the ring for our opening contest, a triple threat match for the United States, for the Women's U.S. Championship tournament. Up next after this break, and go to commercial. Back from break, Candice LeRae makes her way down the ramp next her ring as WWE Speed Women's Champion, acknowledged by the commentary as she went to the ring. Rounding up the participants, B-Fab, as she heads to the ring to get this match underway. Now we'll see this match, U.S. Women's U.S. Championship tournament. Triple threat match, Bayley versus B-Fab versus Candice LeRae. Candice goes after Bayley at the jump, sending her out of the ring with a drop kick before B-Fab goes on to attack with some strikes and a body slam. Sliding the clothesline gives B-Fab a near fall before she mounts up for some punches on LeRae, who fights back to her feet to take B-Fab to the mat, only for B-Fab to respond with a thrust kick. Bayley catches her on the ropes as Candice attacks from behind. B-Fab takes them both down with the clothesline as we go to a break. Not even picture in USA? Oh boy. Commercial break. Oh, there we are. Picture reveals that Bayley is in control now, taking down B-Fab as we return to full action to see former women's champ hit a middle rope elbow or near fall before Candice breaks up the pin. B-Fab and Bayley back to their feet, going after LeRae, which leads all to three women down in canvas. Candice LeRae is back to her feet, however, taking Bayley down out for a near fall before rushing over to B-Fab for a cover. But she too kicks out. LeRae heads to the turnbuckle, but is intercepted by B-Fab, who is shoved to the mat. Bayley's back up now, catching the poison pixie for a suplex attempt. But B-Fab comes in for a power bomb, sending her both her opponents to the canvas. Candice hooks the leg of Bayley, but B-Fab manages to stop it. B-Fab goes after LeRae, taking her down for a near fall before Candice rolls out of the ring. Bayley is caught with an inverted neckbreaker into a facebuster, but it's only good for 2 count. Candice slides into the ring, forcing Bayley to be cradled by B-Fab for a closed near fall. LeRae back on the attack until Bayley sends her into the corner, only to be dropped down by B-Fab, but LeRae is right there to break it up. Done. B-Fab returns to her attention to Candice to send her out of the ring, but is rolled up by Bayley, who gets the win and advances this tournament. Winner, Bayley. You get a graphic for the tournament brackets, which culminate at Saturday night's main event from Nassau Coliseum on December 14, 2024. Backstage, we see Sami Zayn talking to LA Knight, presumably trying to recruit the 5th member for OG Bloodline, but up next is an open challenge from the United States Champion. Back from the commercial, we get a look at The Rock's appearance on tonight's show with Jimmy Fallon, as well as a shoot with GQ magazine and the upcoming film Red One. Backstage, B-Fab finds herself dealing with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, who make fun of her for not advancing into the tournament. She points out that the issue of what happens if Chelsea and Piper face each other in the finals before Michin comes in with a kendo stick to run the pair off. Sick of these two, Chelsea and Piper. We head back to ringside as LA Knight makes his way down the ramp to a big pop from the crowd, while commentary puts over his recent appearance elsewhere. Knight has a microphone as he addresses Sami Zayn, taking him about the Bloodline Civil War, but Knight says he has bigger things to focus on, like this United States Open Challenge. Yeah. Legado del Fantasma make their way out in response to the question raised in which member might be challenging. Santos Escobar has made it clear he's interested in a shot at the title before. As the group enters the ring, Escobar grabs a microphone saying the champion's name, which draws a yeah chant from the crowd. Escobar makes fun of this as well as the Milwalkee crowd before saying it's time for someone to shut Knight up. Santos addresses the opportunity for Elektra Lopez to become the first ever women's United States champion, and she wants a chance to bring the 2 titles to the group. But Knight says there 2 of them have been there, done that. Being saying Berto has been staring at a hole in him this whole time. He offers the opportunity to Berto, running down Santos and Lopez before Berto attacks him. Berto running down Santos and Lopez before Berto attacks him. He stomps away at the champ, and the ref enters the ring, pulling him back to set up for this U.S. title match up next. LA Knight defends against Berto. Back from the break, the action is already in progress with Berto getting the upper hand on the champion as he goes up on the turnbuckle, shoving Knight away to the dropkick and gets him a near fall. Berto says on the attack with some right hands before going to work on the head of the neck of the champion, but the crowd wills him back into this as Knight fights back to his feet with some punches. Berto heads to the ropes, but is intercepted by Knight, who sends him over the top rope to the outside, leaving the ring. Knight slams Berto's head against the announce table, sending him back into the ring for a 2 count. Berto fights back for an no-counter roll for a 2 count, and a near fall shortly after despite his best efforts. Berto goes up for a moonsault, but the champ blocks it before hitting a nearby slam followed by an elbow drop, but the challenger manages to evade it. Berto's back in control as he sends Knight to the corner, setting him up on the turnbuckle for a suplex. Knight fights him off, sending him to the mat before going up top for an elbow drop. Berto's back to his feet, but is driven face first to the mat with a BFT that gives the champ the win to retain. Knight celebrates as the win as we get a replay of the finish, but that celebration is short-lived as Shinsuke Nakamura is back, returns to the WWE with an attack on the U.S. champion. Nakamura leaves the ring with the champ still down as we cut away. Da, 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 da. Wow. Backstage, the Usos are still trying to figure out their situation as Sammy joins them, and a trio enter the dressing room of Roman Reigns as we get an ad for WWE's live upcoming dates before we go to a commercial break. We come back from the break to hype up a package for the Royal Rumble on February the 1st. February the 1st. See what date is that, February the 1st. I think that's a Saturday. Yep, it is a Saturday. I think it's for Super Bowl. I think one of the Super Bowls on February 2nd, 2020. Who knows? Yeah, Royal Rumble 2025 on February 1st, 2025, Groundhog Day, followed by a view of Milwalkee rundown of what's to come later tonight. Backstage, the OG Bloodline convenes inside of the dressing room of Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn addresses the fact they don't have a fifth member before Jay asks Roman if he's made that call. You see Solo Sikoa making his entrance into the television inside the dressing room. Honestly, a pretty cool little trick to transition to Sikoa making his way down to the ramp as we head back to ringside. The new Bloodline enters the ring to a chorus of boos as Solo raises the microphone to speak to the people of Milwaukee. He tells them to acknowledge him, to which his Bloodline obliges despite the boos of the crowd. But this is interrupted by the music of the OTC as Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline step out to the stage. This leads to a stare down between the two sides of the Civil War, where the OG Bloodline make their way down to the ramp toward the ring. They get on the apron to stare at their foes before entering, and chaos ensues as all 8 men go at it. Tom and Leo are sent to the outside where Jimmy Uso hits a dive as Jacob Fatu on the rampage before going after both Usos on the floor. Back in the ring, Solo sets up Sammy for the Samoan spike, but is cut off with a spear by Roman. The two nod before Sammy hits a dive on the outside as we see Roman and Jacob stare at each other down the ring. This is interrupted by Bronson Reed blindsiding the OTC, giving a look to Fatu before the two take turns beating down Reigns. The OTG Bloodline tried to even the odds here today as they enter the ring, but Solo's group takes the upper hand as they lay to waste the Usos and Zayn. After a big tsunami on Jimmy Uso, we hear Solo yelling at Io to get Roman, but Reigns is able to fend him off, only for Tama to blindside him and send him into the ring. Roman sends him to the floor with a Superman punch and starts to fend off Bronson Reed, but Solo Sikoa catches him from behind to keep the OTC down as Jacob attacks the OTC next, followed by a tsunami by Bronson before the security rushes out to finally break things up. Solo and his bloodline stand tall over fallen Roman Reigns, much to the chagrin of the crowd as the crew make their exit up the ramp. We get a replay of what went down before seeing Solo and his crew celebrate the damage that has been done. We hear Jay telling Roman once more to make the call as the two men recover into the ring. With that, we go to commercial. And we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break. We come back from the break with an ad for WWE Shop, followed by a look back at the chaos between the two bloodline factions, with Solo Squad standing tall. When all was said that was done, this brings us commentary asking who it is Roman could call to join their team for War Games, before looking back at what happened between Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis earlier tonight. You find Kevin Owens has posted a video to social media as we get a look at that, where Owens says he simply did his job last week. Despite being turned away from the arena tonight, he just got a call from Nick Aldis to come to Salt Lake City because Cody Rhodes wants him there. He promises he will be there despite feeling he shouldn't be because he loves the mountains of Utah. That he will do what the people want him to do, his job. Back at ringside, the Street Profits make their way to the ring for our next match, ready to challenge Motor Machine Guns for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Man, what a sentence to type in 2024. And way out are the Motor Machine Guns. The champs head to the ring to get this match underway. WWE Tag Team Championship match: Motor Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defends against the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. We start things off with Sabin and Ford going at it. Action going back and forth before Montez picks up a near fall over the champion. This ends with a standstill between the two, before Sabin takes Ford to the mat with a couple arm drags. Tag made to Shelley as the Guns double team Ford for a near fall. Shelley tries again, but only gets a near fall all the same before Montez fights back, taking Alex down with a shoulder tackle, forcing him to the outside, where Dawkins catches him with a pounce. The announce table challengers are in control of things when we go to commercial break. Commercial break. Back from break, Profits have Shelley in the corners there to change tags to get Ford back in, but Shelley manages to get the tag to Sabin, leading the Guns to getting one over on the challengers with a pair of dives to the floor. Back in the ring, Shelley makes a tag for double team by the champs, who get a near fall in the process. Despite making a tag back in, Sabin gets attacked by the Street Profits on the ropes until Tommaso Ciampa rushes the apron, attacking all three men to bring this match to a stretching halt. No contest. Ciampa continues the attack until Gargano rushes to talk some sense into his partner, who shoves him aside before heading up the ramp, talking about his frustrations. Back in the ring, the champs help the Street Profits back up for some sportsmanship, only to be attacked by Ford and Dawkins. Frustrated with their losing their opportunity for titles, we get a graphic for the Women's Championship match before going to a commercial break. Screen freezes up again. Maybe it's crap. Commercial break. Commercial break. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're back. So I said earlier, Ciampa continues the attack until Gargano rushes down, talks some sense to his partner, who shoves him aside before heading up the ramp, talking about his frustrations. Back in the ring, the champ helps the Profits back up to some sportsmanship, only to be attacked by Ford and Dawkins. Frustrated with losing their opportunity for the titles, we get a graphic for the women's championship match before going to a commercial break. We back from the break with one more view of the Milwalkee before highlighting the signs of the night, followed by a look back at Nia Jax facing Naomi last month. Leading to a ladder, earning a shot at the women's championship for champion our main event. Backstage, Bayley shows some respect to Naomi before addressing the situation from Raw, which brings the women's tag team champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. The pair offer to help out if there's any trouble from Io Sky and the crew. Before we get a rundown of what's coming next week, including a triple threat match: Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, Blair Davenport for the Women's U.S. Championship tournament, and a face-to-face by Cody Rhodes and Owens. It made no sense last night for the Bianca and Io shake hands. It's crazy. Triple H does some bad booking. That and some hype for Cody's upcoming game day appearance takes us back to ringside, where Naomi makes her way out for tonight's main event. The crowd is loving it as we go to commercial break with the Women's Championship, with the Smackdown Women's Championship up on the line up next. Commercial break, and then we're back from the break. Naomi eagerly awaits the arrival of Women's Champion as Nia Jax makes her way out alongside Tiffany Stratton, women's Money in the Bank briefcase in her hand. It was very annoying, as she lets the champion head down to the ring for this main event. Jax enters the ring as we get ring introductions for the challenger and champion before this match gets underway. Main event with the Women's Champion WWE, the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Nia Jax defends against Naomi. Jax goes on the attack early, sending the challenger into the corner before using her power to swing Naomi. And around the mat, Naomi heads to the opposite corner, but is taken down by the champ. We're fighting back to her feet for a kick to Nia Jax. Running the splash by Naomi gets the challenger a near fall, so we see Bayley and Stratton watching from separate rooms backstage. Back in the ring, Jax sends her challenger through the ropes to the outside, but Naomi manages to fight back for a near fall. She gets back in the ring. Jax takes control again, however, as she picks up the near fall before focusing on a chin lock to wear Naomi down. Naomi back on to her feet as she hits the ropes, catching the champ with a kick. By the way, one thing, Kevin Owens is gonna pay a little promo. In that promo earlier, he's gonna get his. But Nia drops her down on the mat once more, going back on the attack. Naomi is sent to the ropes now, but manages to fight back before the champ takes her back down hard before we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Naomi is firmly in control as she sends Naomi down for a near fall, taking down the ropes for a headbutt, followed by a half grab to keep the challenger trapped in the middle of the ring. Only for Naomi to land a hard kick to feel the break free. Naomi fights back and takes the champ to the canvas for a 2 count. Naomi stays on top of things by hitting the ropes for a kick that keeps Nia Jax at bay, followed by a rear view for the cover. But the champ kicks out. Naomi brings Jax to her feet, only to be sent into the corner before Nia catches her with a Samoan drop to the mat. The champ brings Naomi to the corner for an annihilator, but the challenger fights her off to hit a crossbody, sending both men to the floor. Backstage, we see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez lay out Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill before we go back to ringside, where Naomi sends Nia back into the ring as the ref checks on Naomi. Tiffany blindsides Naomi before sending her back into the ring, allowing Naomi to get to the middle turnbuckle, but the challenger intercepts. The two go as Jax goes for the avalanche body slam, only for Naomi to counter to a near fall. Tiffany tries to get involved before Baylor runs down to even things up, sitting straight outside as Naomi gets another near fall on the champ, followed by a split-legged moonsault. But even this is not enough, as Jax once again kicks out. Naomi goes back into the ramp as Candice runs down to the ramp, sending Bayley into the ring post, which drops Naomi as well, allowing Jax to takes her to the mat. But now by the champ gets her to retain. Stratton and Candice enter the ring to celebrate alongside the champion standing over Naomi, who is recovering, as we go to backstage to see Roman Reigns make a much needed call to the wise man. Yep, except it seems that Paul Heyman has changed his number, leaving us confused and sorry Roman Reigns, pondering us his next step as SmackDown comes to a close. I think that was Paul Heyman, but he hung up. I think the reason why he hung up because he got stabbed in the back of the bloodline. That's probably why he hung up. He doesn't trust Roman at all. He doesn't trust Roman. Just like Seth Rollins told on Monday Night Sammy, Seth Rollins told Sammy not to trust Roman. And Paul Heyman doesn't trust Roman. That's why he hung up on Roman, because that was Paul Heyman on the phone. He hung up. It was just night was just a terrible show tonight on Monday on SmackDown. Miserable and mayhem. And how is this going to look good for Survivor Series War Games just in like 3 weeks from tomorrow night? It's 3 weeks from tomorrow night. Wait, I think it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. It's 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks from tomorrow night. I think it's 2 weeks from I think. See, it's 2 weeks. Today's the 15th, 15th. I think it's 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks from tomorrow night. It's 2 weeks from tomorrow night. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow night. So that's all I have to do for all of you. Now you know what it's time for? It's time for something I like to do. Hold on a second. It's time for Justin's Timeline History, all the wrestling birthdays, wrestling history. etc. In sports, fabulous in sports. All year that thing is Pink from Back to the Future starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. One of my favorite all-time movies of all time. My childhood. Well, I didn't grow up. The movie was made in 1985, and I didn't grow up in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 1988. Let's see. Let's go to yesterday's and today's. November the 14th. Okay. Yesterday, November the 14th. Okay, yesterday was a happy 38th birthday to Kalisto. Let's see what else. LA Park turned 59 yesterday. Okay, what else? See, what else? Let's see. See, November the 14th, 1994. See. Okay, Monday Night Raw, November the 14th, 1994. Bob Backlund defeats the 1-2-3 Kid. Mabel defeats the Black Phantom. Jeff Jarrett defeats Gary Serbo. Aldo Montoya defeats the Brooklyn Brawler. Then we go to the little King's Court interview. Between Owen Hart and British Bulldog. David Ward Smith hyping up to Survivor Series '94. And rest in peace to Owen and the Bulldog. See some sports. Oh, I know a friend of mine who's native of Pittsburgh is really gonna like this. Monday Night Football, ABC's Monday Night Football. Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the Buffalo Bills 23-10. Attendance was 59,019. See, 2004 WWE Sunday Night Heat little Survivor Series pre-show. See, yeah, Live Resistance defeated Hurricane and Rosie. And now we go to and Survivor Series 2004 took place on day November the 14th, November 4th, 2004. See. It took place Gun Arena, Cleveland, Ohio. Attendance was 7,500. Spike Dudley defeated Billy Kidman, Chavo Guerrero, and Rey Mysterio, retained the Cruiserweight title, Fatal 4-Way. Shelton Benjamin defeated Christian, retained the Intercontinental title. Eddie Guerrero and John Cena, RVD, and The Big Show defeated Carlito, Kurt Angle, and Luther Reigns and Mark Ginger in the Survivor Series elimination match. It was, see, one. It was a 4-on-4 elimination tag team match. Survivor Series elimination tag team match. The Undertaker defeated Heidenreich. Trish Stratus defeated Lita by DQ for the WWE Women's Championship. Yeah, Lita. I don't blame Lita for the reason Lita got disqualified because all the taunting and all the hell taunting that Trish Stratus was doing to Lita about her weight and about Kane calling her the walking kiss dead. I don't blame Lita. Trish Stratus likes to piss people off. You don't want to make Lita very angry. You don't like her when she's angry. John Bradshaw defeated Booker T, retained the WWE title with the help of Shelton Benjamin. No, JBL was desperate on that night. He was a coward. I don't know why it was shit. But Atlanta George should have been banned from ringside. Chris Benoit, and then we go to the main event. Chris Benoit from Raw. Yeah, SmackDown Survivor Series was presented by SmackDown and Raw. Yeah, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, and Maven and Randy Orton defeated Batista, Edge, Snitsky, Gene Snitsky, and Triple H in the Survivor Series 4-on-4 elimination match. The stipulation was that the winner of the match, the winner has to be in charge of Raw for like a month. I think it was 4 months. What he said. Yeah, I think that's what Eric Bischoff said while Eric Bischoff was on vacation. And the team Yeah, they won. So that means the winner is said to be in charge of Raw. Maven, Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, and Chris Benoit. And let's go to the next 2014 SmackDown. Chris Jericho invites the Authority to highlight with Triple H and Stephanie. SmackDown. Okay. Bray Wyatt defeated Sin Cara. Goldust and Stardust defeat Ambrose and the Bunny. Dolph Ziggler defeated Tyson Kidd. This is all in an elimination triple threat match to retain the Intercontinental title. Hold on a second. Tyson Kidd eliminates Cesaro. Dolph Ziggler eliminates Tyson Kidd. Natalya defeated Layla by submission. Ryback defeated King via DQ. And it's some pop culture, some movies released in theaters. Let's see what movies released in theaters. 2014. See. A movie called Besides Still Wars released in theaters, starring Ryan Eggold. Beyond the Light starring Danny Glover, Juju Mabara, Nate Parker, Minnie Driver, and Machine Gun Kelly was released. Pronounced that. Dumber and Dumber 2, sequel to 1994's Dumb and Dumber, was released starring Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. Kathleen Turner was in that movie. Foxcatcher starring Steve Carell, Channing Tatum, Mark Ruffalo, and Vanessa Redgrave was released. The Homeless Man starring Tom Lee Jones, Hilary Swank, and Meryl Streep was released. And Saving Christmas starring Kirk Cameron was released. From Growing Pains. And Left Behind movies. Really good actor. He was a real 80s teen heartthrob way back. All I know, all of the girls had really crush on him. Okay, now let's go to the November the 15th. Today. One second. Okay. Today is a happy birthday to WWE. Would have been a happy 74th birthday. Hold on, wait. Would have been happy 72nd birthday to the WWE Hall of Famer, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, the Cream Crop. Ooh, yeah, dig it. Taking Knott's turn. Pop culture on this day, 1974. A box office hit was released on this day, 1974, called Earthquake, starring late Charlton Heston and Ava Gardner. Other people in the movie were Lauren Green from TV show Bonanza, and Victoria Principal from TV's Dallas. And on this day, in 1994, wait. On this day, in 1994, ECW Tag Team Time Match, the Public Enemy, Johnny Grunge and Rock and Roll defeated Cactus Jack and Knock Your Rip Wet. In 2004, night after Survivor Series 2004, Monday Raw live in right here I am, Indianapolis, Indiana. Maven runs Raw as the Raw general manager, and Eugene and Ring Regal defeat La Resistance and Rhino Tajiri to become the WWE Tag Team Champions in the Tag Team title three-way. And then tag team match, Edge and Christian reunite to face off Chris Benoit and Shelton Benjamin. Then after a long tag team match, Christian Benoit made Christian tap out crossface. After the match, Edge snapped and beat the living hell out of Christian. And Christy Hemme defeated Stacy Keibler in a lingerie pillow fight. Then we see the Simon Dean Systems segment. Simon Dean pulls over another overweight man plant out of the crowd and humiliates him. Rosie comes out to confront Simon Dean and tries to splash him, but Dean pulls the fan out into the path. Rosie and then squashes the fan playing in the corner, and Simon Dean has escaped and pumped himself up. What a coward. Then we see his World Heavyweight title match, main event, Triple H versus Maven. Maven comes out and declines Triple H's offer to join Evolution, and the match is on. Ric Flair and Batista try to interfere early, bringing Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho to stop them. After some dramatic false finishes, Triple H hit the pedigree and scored a pin and escaped with his title. And the show ends. And let's see what else for Monday. Let's see some football. On this day in 2004, on ABC's Monday Night Football, the Eagles defeated the Cowboys 49-21. And that's it. So subscribe to me. That'll wrap stuff for my little review for tonight. And got something to close out the show with tonight. I'm gonna close out the show with the WWF, the add to their intro from 1998, 2002. All of you remember that. I'm telling you, this is not really good. What WWE is going on today was the Renaissance era is not looking good, and Triple H is doing a terrible, terrible job right now. So here's close out the show. The Attitude Era intro from 1998. Hope all of you have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Here it is, everyone. Okay. Hope all of you have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace. I'm gonna get this fixed. Driving me crazy. Here it is, everyone. Good night.